We are going to take a look at one of my tool bags that I carry along with me out on the trail. Now, ultimately, I would love to take all kind of stuff out there on the trail because you never know what's going to happen, and I would like to have everything with me just in case we get stranded out there in the middle of nowhere, but we know that's not possible. So there's a bunch of stuff that I do take with me, but it's very minimal compared to what I could take with me. I use the trunk in the back of our Yamaha X2 or in the R-Max, and then also we have some boxes that we carry on the Defenders that we put tools in. We'll put all kind of stuff in there, but this little DeWalt bag is what I put a lot of my stuff in. It's just a real quick grab and go type thing. If I'm jumping in one of our rentals, I always grab this bag because it's kind of like just a quick grab and go type thing. Let me just show you what all I got in this bag, and you guys can feel free to comment below on what you carry. So this thing here is a Fanuc air pump, and we buy these for our guides. We put them in the guide units because when they get out there, you know, you used to have those little CO2 cartridges. Oh my gosh, we'd burn through those like crazy. But this little gadget right here, this thing is pretty cool. Show you here real quick what I do, how it works. Just screw that hose in there. Now the cool thing about this is you can do bicycle tires, car tires, truck tires. It does up to like 150 PSI. And we turn it on and we can see that it is... So this thing's been sitting for a while, and I don't know if you can see that or not, but it's down 1 bar on the charge. And you can see that it is set at 13 PSI. Now I can change that. So if I have a tire that I want, say, 18 PSI in, I put that on there, and when you screw this valve stem end on your tire, it tells you how much air pressure is in your tire. And then once you have that on there, all you have to do is hit start. It fires up and it starts pumping. Now the cool thing about this is when it stops, because it'll stop on its own, it's going to stop at 19 PSI. Because what happens is if it stops as soon as it hit 18, it's not really 18 PSI. It'll fulfill that 18 PSI and go all the way to 19 and then stop. So that way you do have a true 18 PSI. So I get that question a lot from people that have bought these that I, referred them to. They say, hey man, why does it stop at 19 if I say 18? It's giving you a full 18, stopping at 19 to make sure you got all the air pressure. So this thing here is pretty handy. I carry one of these in my truck, on my side-by-sides, our guides, we got all of them one. Of course, you got a hammer, the little bit of a influencer. Now this one right here, this is a very, very important thing to have on the trail. This is the Tech Outdoors tire repair kit. Now this kit, this is all I use. I know some of you other guys, you mentioned about the slugs for the sidewalls. I don't never use those, so I don't know, what they're like. But this here is a vulcanizing plug. So when you put this in, it actually vulcanizes to the rubber. So you cut this off even with the rubber because it's going to become one. It's almost going to become like one complete rubber piece once you put this in there. Some of the other plugs that you have that you see out there that look like licorice, a lot of times what happens with those is they will dry rot over time. They'll kind of lose that moisture and shrink up, and then you'll start to lose air pressure, which, if you've got a plug that's bad enough, you're probably just going to replace a tire. But tires are expensive, so you're going to want to run it as long as you can. So you got your basic tools there for your plug kit. Don't leave home without that, or the pump. Here's another thing that we got that's really kind of necessary. We got wrenches. We've got metric and American wrenches. And, we don't have any real huge sizes on here. This is just like a real basic, just kind of like, in the middle of nowhere, just kind of a repair. I've got some electrical connectors. That's one of those things that, if you have a wire break, it's good to have one of those. Got the Phillips, got some electrical tape. We have a rubber mallet. So if we don't want to scar or ruin anything with the Intimidator here, the metal one, we've got a rubber one that we can do a little bit of persuasion with so we don't, mess anything up. Zip ties, absolute must out on the trail. Don't leave home without those. This thing here, believe it or not, this is a shovel. there you go, y'all. It's all put together. That is the complete deal right there. And then you can also do this to, like if you want to use it like that, you can lock it. Let's see here, let's take it down like this. And you can take that down, you can lock it up like that. You can do all kind of cool stuff with this. Got a serrated end. That's a little shovel right there. Just kind of cool, something neat to have. And we've got some pliers. We've got some Allens. We've got more pliers, bigger zip ties. We've got a flathead, adjustable, bigger flathead. We've got some American and metric Allens. We've got a bead buster, XB452. You never know when you're going to need that out on the trail, because we do, or even coming back to camp. You know, you might have a spare tire back at camp, and you just got to get back there and, you know, get it off, because it's hard to get the tires off of the wheels. We've got a flathead, a little flathead. I got a little Phillips somewhere too. I took it out the other day, actually. I got a couple of these like clamps, you know, just rubber clamps. You just never know what you might need this for. So I got a couple of those. Got some wire strippers for my electrical kit. I have another kit that's even more advanced for electrical, but you know, that's it right there. That's all I got in the DeWalt bag. So there's just a real quick rundown on what I take with me. I know there's a lot of other things you guys are gonna say, hey man, what about this? What about that? And yeah, I mean, there's a lot of stuff I would love to take with me, but there again, at the end of the day, it's just, this is emergency situation. So if I need it, you know, I can probably do something with this. If it's much more than this, I'm probably gonna need a tow back to the trailhead or something. So there you go, y'all. Take care. Have a good one.